With clear dedication and relentless efforts, the children took shot after shot. When the ball finally went in, my entire body tingled and I was filled with an indescribable sensation. Week after week, I showed up to teach these kids how to dribble, or how to shoot a jump shot, or what a chest pass was. These children were incredible and were actually pretty awesome players. One kid hit 3 consecutive half-court shots in a row effortlessly. Another played some of the toughest defense that I'd ever seen. The culmination of this program was breathtaking. Many people are unaware of the difficulties that these children face and don't take the time to understand their lives. Unfortunately, people constantly label, stereotype, and try to stay away from kids with autism. The program Basketball Buddies brought me closer to these children and made me understand a lot more about an aspect of life that was previously left in the shadows. Seeing the eagerness in their eyes and the joy in their smiles instantly brought me to the recognition that my journey was well worth it. These children were full of enthusiasm, energy, a desire to learn, hope, energy, and more energy. Last year, Jason McElwain, J-Mac, was the talk of basketball practices across the nation. This boy set a school record by hitting 6 3-pointers in one game. Jason ended the game with an incredible 20 points. Remarkably, he came into the game in the 4th quarter with only 4 minutes left. It was his first and last appearance ever in a high school basketball game. Big deal, right? Yeah, it was a big deal. Jason was diagnosed with autism when he was a child. This one 5'6" boy inspired the lives of thousands and touched everyone who saw the clip of him hit shot after shot after shot. These kids touched my life, and the image of their smiling faces will never leave my mind. Instead of being thanked for volunteering for this program, I'd like to thank you all for giving me the opportunity.
I'm sure that if you had asked me 4 years ago, what I thought about it, I probably would have said, yeah, I care about disability rights, but I just didn't know anybody with disabilities. I'm not a special needs educator, and I'm not a parent of a child with special needs, and I'm not even a Jewish professional. I'm just a filmmaker who happens to be Jewish. And I also am someone who didn't ever really think much about people with disabilities. Lior, is your life going to be different after your bar mitzvah?
It is. Because if you could ever have a bar mitzvah, they be doing growing up.
Really?
Yeah. It's true though.
How come?
Because every child or kid have a bar mitzvah, then it will be grown-ups.
So you'll get to drive a car?
Mom, kiss again. Big deal.
Our tradition teaches that in acts of tzedakah, the giver gets more than the receiver. And in some ways I want to distinguish this, juxtapose this to tzedakah. It's not tzedakah, but it's the same thing in the sense that the one who opens his or her heart receives the most. And when you open your heart, you benefit. Every time that we open our hearts, we become more of a person. We become more sensitive to life.
As I mentioned before, they learned a lot, but what they didn't see was that they taught me more than they'll ever realize. I knew I was putting a lot into this program, but it wasn't until after that I found out how much I got back in return.
My gut tells me that we have made this quantum leap from understanding 13% of what the autism spectrum is all about to 17%. And that is a quantum leap, but it's a far cry from 100%, so we still have a long ways to go.